Hello again everyone, Saka here and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, the 2019 mod with 2021 cars. We are here at the Kansas Motor Speedway, or is it International Speedway? Not sure, but we're at Kansas. Nice and fast, 1.5 mile, getting back to doing what we usually do throughout the season. And Brandon is on the pole in that number 27 Mountain Dew Toyota. We're starting on the outside row in our critical roll Camaro. Behind William Byron to our inside is Bubba Wallace. Behind us, Ryan Newman and Alex Bowman for 27 laps here at Kansas. We will be on pit road, but how many tires we take, it depends on what we are looking at for the race. Green flag is out, and on the horse, everyone is tucked up really close together. Down into fourth gear, they scrub the wall a little bit in front of us. We'll roll that top side, try to keep momentum up. Brandon washing up just a bit. Ryan Blaney poking to the inside. Brandon may have gotten into the wall just a bit. And down to the inside, I think that was Blaney. Looking for him to come back up, and there he is. Blaney coming in front. Chase Elliott and Joey Logano barely squeeze. That almost looked like a Talladega sort of thing, but everyone keeps it straight. Poor Chase dropping back like a parachute out that deck lid, and we will settle in here close to the top 10 with Cole Custer and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. That 34 really on our back bumper, and we need to get single file and try to get away here. So I'm not sure what happened up there with Ryan Blaney. We saw the aftermath with Chase and Joey. We'll have to take a look at that once the race is over and see if we can pick up some speed here. Looks like the front few are single file, and these guys are using all the good on their tires side by side. That outside groove carrying momentum down the straightaway, inside groove trying to take the shortest way around and peeking that nose out under Cole Custer. Having a good run. Do we look to the inside, 3 wide under Byron, not really pressing the issue this early. Not losing that much speed, just a little bit. We'll be able to take Byron here as we can use all of the racing surface. If it's paved, we can go. So we'll make use of that under William Byron and follow Cole Custer through on the bottom. Eric Almirola fighting back on the high side, picking up the throttle, kind of squeezing Byron a bit. Hopefully he doesn't pull a George Russell on us and spin to the inside. But we are clear, single file, with only a few cars running that high line. Cole Custer choked up a bit. Let's get down to the inside, and maybe we can get to the inside of Stenhouse on corner entry as well. Custer still holding that outside groove. We should be able to complete this pass here in the middle of 1 and 2 and carry that speed as best we can. William will be choked up on the bottom with Cole on the outside, so single file is definitely fastest around here. So as long as we can stay single file in front of those guys running side by side, we'll pick up that gap just a bit. So pit strategy, thinking pitting halfway, getting the good out of our tires. So that will be lap 13 or 14. And if the race stays green, I'm thinking a 2-tire stop will do it for us. And we'll just have to be mindful of all the cars around us, whether or not they come to pit road, when they slow down, all that good stuff. Entering low on 3, trying to get that throttle put down early. And they gap us just a little bit. Custer has completed that pass on William Byron. So single file all the way back through. I'm seeing a little bit of side-by-side back there. It kind of looks like Matt DiBenedetto, but he's a few cars in front of us, and Blaney is pressuring for the lead, so it's not a Penske or Penske affiliate car. And a better arc into turn 3 that time. We need Stenhouse to get choked up a little bit behind the 21. But a good pull. Definitely redlining this engine going down into turn 1 and 3. Carrying a lot of speed here today. And it looks like the field up here is pretty well even. A 1/10 of a second would be a huge gain, as close as everyone else is running. We are chopping the entry of 3 just a bit. We want to try a wider arc on entry, see if we can carry that speed. But Blaney and Busch having a spirited battle for second. If they go side by side, then Harvick may be able to pounce, and that may bring them back to us just a bit. And if the 47 looks under De Benedetto, that will help us out a ton as well. There we go. Better arc into turn 3. Picking up that speed. And if Matty D is a little bit slower than Stenhouse, that will choke him up and bring him back to us, able to pounce. The lead 4 are stretching it out just a bit. And everyone else is really starting to open the gap. Not a whole lot of cars running side by side at this point in the race. Yeah, we're able to drive into turn 3 just a little bit harder, but right here, we need to be able to pivot and carry that speed. We're a little bit faster than Stenhouse in that exchange. Let's see if turn 1 is more beneficial for us. Arcing it down. Stenhouse closes the door, but I think we are set up now for a turn 3 pass. Just need to carry this momentum on the high side. No pressure out of the mirror. So we can go as required. Chopping just a little bit, playing a little bit conservative. And Kyle moving around, it looks like under pressure from Kevin. Oh, and the 47 going under the 21. It looked like Ricky was faster than Matt. We may be able to capitalize here as Ricky is choked up trying to hold the bottom. We'll get under him 3 wide here. See if we can complete the pass on the entry of turn 3. Wash up just a bit, have to roll out of the gas a skosh. But we'll be able to use all of the racetrack here. And Stenhouse fighting back on that high side. I think turn 1 and 2 is where we'll make our hay here. And indeed, completing that pass, we'll be able to get out to the wall and carry all of this speed to chase down Matt De Benedetto. So you can see how important it is to get your passes done here. Ricky looked to the inside, couldn't get it done, and that hurt his entire speed. Rolled that outside really well. We were on to something there. Made quick work of the 21 and now settling in for the 10. If we can catch Eric on the bottom, that would be a little bit helpful. Washed out a bit, had to choke up the throttle just a touch. Can we get to the inside here, make a break for it? And he isn't giving us any room on that outside corner, holding us down to the bottom. We'll be able to complete the pass in turn 1, I believe. Side by side, screaming down into turn 1, and there is the pass done, and we can get our eyes out of the mirror and in the windshield and see if we can track down Harvick a bit. They are out front by a lot, but we'll be able to see exactly how fast we are alone. Let's come down to pit road, and we gained a ton of time on Brandon there. 4,500 in second gear is pit road speed. Yeah, hopefully we're not speeding here. And down for right side tires and fuel. This is the halfway point of the race. So right side tires on, boys. Let's go. Right sides are on, tear off. Down and away. Up to pit road speed, and we will complete that pass on Brandon on pit road and try to get up to speed here. The apron is very, very loose on the bottom, so we need to try to roll as fast as we can here as everyone screams by on the outside. And now we can blend up into traffic, clear behind the 8. And now we are waiting for this thing to cycle through, and the race has a very green feel. As long as everyone can get on pit road cleanly, I think we'll be okay. We see Joey Logano back here fighting with Bell and Reddick, a victim of that lap 1 scuffle. And with these good right side tires, we're going to have to make up as much time as we can, see if we can pass some of these guys back. Clear in the mirror, nothing going out there. I'll give these guys the bottom, as if they want to try to get to pit road, they're going to slam on their brakes real quick. All right, so we're good for another lap. Kind of choked up. Joey looking to the inside of Bell. That'll be side by side in front of us, and that's not good for making any kind of speed. Yeah, rolling roadblock in front of us, boxed in. We'll try to squeeze the middle between Reddick and Bell. There we go. Get on the outside of Bell, inside of Bell, outside of Reddick, and carry that speed on around. Yeah, really get fast on that outside, putting Logano back a bit. And we do have to wait for all this to cycle back around. So we need this race to stay green. We need no mistakes out of us for sure. Kurt Busch on the inside of McDowell almost gets up into that 34. Oh, and Michael gives us a high lane. It looks like everyone is coming down pit road, or at least we have some takers. So we're going to fight on that outside, get everything we can now. And looking in the mirror, where in the world did Brandon come from? He wasn't even there a lap ago. And if everything cycles through, this will be a race for the lead between myself and Brandon. Quinn Houff coming off of pit road inside of the 17. That's going to slow us both up if they can't figure their life out. Okay, Buescher down to the bottom. On the out, oh, that's Suarez on the inside of Suarez. And we should be cycled back around. Here comes everyone off of pit road. There is Harvick, who is up toward the front, the 77 car as well. And I think we're going to cycle back to the lead here, but Brandon is right there on our rear door. Oh, we touched the apron right there. That's not good for anybody. Scraping on the bottom, side by side. And indeed, we've cycled back around to the lead. Here comes one car off of pit road. May be a factor here. So that is Chase Elliott. Also a victim of that turn, or that lap one scuffle side by side. Chase rolls out. Try to keep a fender on that outside door, not letting Brandon slide up. Let's carry this speed on the outside as best we can. We'll have the straightaway speed in hand, but Brandon taking the bottom around the shortest way. All right, let's set up, regroup, and see if we can get around. He may have used up his tires trying to catch us, so we may have some tires in the bank, not sure. Let's drive as best we can, see if we can hook that bottom and roll. Really no one in the mirror. I have no idea where third place is, way back there. So this is a race for the lead. And a good turn 1 and 2 series for us here. If Brandon washed up, he bottoms out. In turn 1 and 2, if he slides up just a bit, we'll be able to make some space. Turn 3 is our problem corner, but if we can arc it and get it to stick, that's the toughest part right there on entry. The car slid up just a little bit. We can't get power down moving forward. When we put the power down, we're actually moving sideways. So Brandon keeps giving us that bottom lane. That may help his straightaway speed here. I don't imagine we are a tenth of a second off of each other. Yeah, we had to crack the throttle just a little bit. You probably heard it. In the middle of 3, we cannot keep power down. So do we keep out of the throttle for longer to keep it stable? Not sure. We followed him through that time. Let's see if we can gain any speed down the straightaway. Pretty even Steven. Yeah, just keep washing up off the bottom. We turn it down and it does not hold the bottom. White flag is out. Let's try a different approach in turn 3. I think what I'll try to do is trail brake in. Just really drive it in hard and to help use the brakes to pivot the car around. That was a good 1 and 2 series. We are catching just a little bit. Let's hook the bottom. Power down early. The car pivoted for us, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Outside to inside, Brandon will get the win, just touching the grass a bit. A spirited finish for sure. That wasn't a big margin of victory. But Brandon with the win. We come in second place. In third place, Ryan Blaney coming around. Fourth place, Kevin Harvick. Fifth place, Matt DiBenedetto. Sixth place, Ricky Stenhouse. Seventh place, Kyle Busch. Eighth place, Denny Hamlin. Ninth place, William Byron. And rounding out your top 10 was Cole Custer. Let's take a look at that last lap and see exactly how close. So we were able to catch up a ton. That's how far we were behind at the start of the last lap. And Brandon was really scraping in the middle of 1 and 2. We were able to carry that speed. So down the straightaway, we're at 183 to Brandon's 185. And then here's where we made up all of our time right here. So on the middle of the corner, we were able to pick up the gas. We were at 179. Brandon was at 181. So it looked like, it looked like Brandon was faster, but we were able to close the gap. Not sure, physics, how that worked. It was probably the line we drove, but not necessarily a car length, but very close indeed. Another thing we can look at is the number 12 on lap number 1, old Ryan Blaney. Oh, so Brandon got turned there. What exactly happened? So Brandon was up top, Blaney coming in. Brandon touches the wall into Blaney. Blaney straightens Brandon out. And then here comes Blaney up to the top. Wow, I don't think there was any contact between he and Chase Elliott. Elliott kind of looked like he got scared a bit. Is there another view here? All right, so let's go slow motion. Oh, there was contact. Door Chase Elliott. Elliott up into the fence, and he and Logano kept going. So yeah, the speed holding at 140. While everyone else going by, they rode the wall. Ooh, the 7 almost got into Logano there. Yeah, and like a parachute, he goes from 5th to 34th in that first lap. So not good for Joey or Chase. Congratulations, Brandon, on the win. So looking at the wins, that is win number 6 for Brandon. Cole Custer is your cutoff driver, 2 ahead of Reddick, 6 ahead of McDowell, 7 ahead of Truex, 9 ahead of Bell. So a 20-point swing between 13th and 20th. Still really anyone's race. And next week we go to the very abusive Darlington Speedway. So Southern 500. Let's get it done. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week for Darlington. Take care.